Listings with Aaron and Amy, where we are realtors by day and real people all the time. This is about real conversations, big laughs, and everything in between. And we're gonna introduce right now, we've got Taylor Dove with us today with Blue Ribbon Home Inspections. He's the owner of the company. Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Taylor and I have worked together for a long time.
It has been.
Yep, so I'm so excited that you're on the podcast with us today.
Yep.
Yes, we're very excited to have you here.
Yes.
And we've got some great questions for you that I think our people out there would love to hear some answers to. But before we start, who are we bringing out, Amy?
We have our very special guest, Mixer Rick, who loves to put together a beautiful cocktail for us. So today we're gonna have Mixer Rick come on down. See what he's made for us.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
How's your week going?
Great.
Good.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. And how's your week?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Better now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
About to get a lot
we'll see how
better.
this goes.
That's right. Thanks.
So today we have a cocktail of actually pretty broad ranging with a lot of fruits and different flavors. So because this whole summer we've been focused on like how do you make a cocktail? You've got to have something sweet, you have to have the spirit, and something bitter or an acid. So today I just put something together with what we had. That includes some blueberries, strawberries, and mint, but mango puree, vodka, and then a San Pellegrino, one of those blood orange something. So a real cocktail of cocktails. It's just a mix of everything. So it will be a little bit sweet because I didn't put any lemon juice or anything in there. So I think it'll be great. So as we sort of end the summer, this is a good getting into fall drink.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, you all have a wonderful
All right.
show.
Yeah, thank you so
Cheers.
much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
right.
Amy.
I'll pass it along.
Ooh,
That's very nice.
very nice.
Yeah.
Great job.
And it's so
Mr.
pretty
Rick.
too, isn't it? It's like
is.
all the colors of summer and everything else.
It
so
is.
That it is.
it's been a long summer, so we need to celebrate this
Yes,
right now.
we
This
do.
is great.
We
This
do
is
a
great.
long hot summer.
Well, we're really glad you're here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your background. You have a more extensive background than some home inspectors out there. So I think yours is quite unique, and that's one of the reasons I
Yeah.
wanted to bring you on.
Yeah, thank you for asking. I am a past general contractor to where I built custom homes in the Triad and was on builder teams and did that for a while and absolutely loved it. And then, transitioned into the home inspection avenue and went and got licensed and certified and all of that as well. And I've been doing that for 11 years and I absolutely love it. I love helping my clients.
So I think that's great that you're a GC as well. So does that mean, only because I have not had the opportunity to work with you yet, but I look forward to that in the future. Does that mean that, so as we're going through an inspection report, that you can also offer suggestions on how a repair could be made or something like that? Or do you still do the GC work as well?
I've transitioned out of the GC work because my main concentration is the home inspections.
Okay.
And as a licensed home inspector, there is a standard of practice that we abide by. And so I never want to overstep, and get into the general contractor role, but I can, give advice and quantify per my findings in the inspection report.
Great.
And so I do bring that knowledge to the table, but I am acting as a licensed home inspector, and so I don't want to be giving quotes for taking out walls and that kind of
right,
stuff.
exactly.
But at the same time, I bring that knowledge to the table, and I'm more than happy to help my clients because, a lot of people ask about those things, like removing walls and these things, and I can point them in the right direction.
That is great. I think that's
Yeah.
terrific. What is one of the biggest hazards that you find right now in home inspections?
I find all different things, whether it's electrical, plumbing, roofing. It's, we look at a million different things and kind of give our clients a better understanding of the overall condition of the home. So, missing smoke detectors and things like that might not be a huge monetary expense, but at the same time, it could mean life or death if there was an event and they did not work, right? So we look for things like that. That's pretty much Home Inspector 101. But, I find things like fireplaces that are emitting carbon monoxide. And I had one not too long ago that was higher than I've ever seen. And, And it makes me happy to where if I find it, well, when I find it, not if, that I'm protecting my clients, because I mean, those types of things are very, very important. And then all the way down to loose doorknobs and things like that are, you know, aggravating when you move in. At least you know what your, you know, honey-do list is when you get to it. So,
That's right.
So for every client, it's different because they have different kind of wants and needs and past experiences. So a foundation crack might mean the world to somebody, but not to somebody else. And so I try to, you know, not leave anything to the imagination.
That's great.
Yeah, and I can say, having worked with you for probably 11 or 12 years
11
now.
or 12 years,
yeah, since
Yep.
I think we got into it about the same time, didn't we?
Yes.
And I remember that. So I think, having worked with you so much in the past, I can speak to that as well. He's very specific, and I love this about what you do. You're very specific about, this would not be something that I would run away from this house for,
Right.
but it is something that will need to be handled at some point, because it's a
Right.
deferred maintenance item, or like you said, a safety item certainly has to be handled right away.
Exactly.
And I love that you brought up, you know, that situation that you recently had with a fireplace with the carbon monoxide, because that's a huge safety issue.
It is,
for
yeah,
someone.
it
I mean,
can
and
be-
we don't
I
think
mean,
about that, you know,
right.
because we can't smell it.
Right. And then, you know, towards the end, if, you know, I do my job and leave, I don't know the outcome of it.
That's
and so
right.
my job is to protect my clients, and that's what you guys do too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's great.
I think that's terrific. And I think carbon monoxide too is, you can't smell it, you can't taste it or anything. It's like a
It's
silent
scary.
killer, honestly.
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
and that kind of goes right into another one, which is radon. You know,
Yes.
radon in our area, since we've started doing this, I mean, for me in the last 11, 12 years, it seems like that those tests are being done so much more frequently now. What are you finding in this area too? Because a lot of people don't believe it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing. I'm certified and trained in radon testing. I use all the, you know, top-notch equipment, and I follow all the protocols because, you know, that's the biggest thing, to make sure you're doing it right to get the correct outcome.
Right.
And with that being said, you might have radon in your house and your neighbor might not. It's a byproduct of, you know, emitting from the earth, and basically, if it is confined in an area like your home, whether it's a crawl space, whether it's a basement, whether it's a slab, believe it or not, everybody thinks you don't have radon with a slab. You do, because it doesn't dissipate. And so what happens is, it's a carcinogenic, and it causes cancer. And you know, the EPA says levels at a certain 4.0 picocuries, which I'm not going to get into all the specifics, but
Technical stuff.
yeah, exactly. But at one point, it's, you know, they say it's dangerous, and so my job is to inform our clients, and the more you know, the better you are to proceed forward with the purchase of a home. And we're becoming more aware of things like that. 20 years ago, you know, a lot of people didn't test for it.
That's right.
And so now we're more educated and have better tools to be able to do it. And, you know, and I definitely suggest it, obviously.
So for the people out there that might be watching this, what is the risk of having radon over 4 picocuries in your home?
So the EPA says that over 20 years, it doubles your chance of a respiratory cancer. Right,
That's a big deal.
and that's at 4.0 picocuries, and I've seen here in Greensboro and the surrounding areas up to 21 picocuries. So
that's high.
if you do the math, and that was on a slab home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like you
so-
said, there's no way for it to be released.
dissipate,
So
yeah.
how would someone get rid of or mitigate?
So mitigating radon, I just work with the realtor and work with Zito Radon Mitigation, and they don't work for me, I don't work for them, but they just seem to do it the right way. And basically, you cannot eradicate it, you can redirect it. And so by mitigating it, they would put a low voltage fan, and it depends on the type of property it is. So usually it's a monetary concern, but it's also a health concern too. So it's better to find it than to not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do too. And
Yep.
I've had it in several homes.
Yeah.
And not that it's a plug, but Zito has
Zito, yeah.
been our go-to, which
Yeah.
would be a great guest to have as
he would
well.
be a great guest.
Yeah,
We'll have to
yeah.
keep that one in
But
mind for the
they
next
are
one.
A
very
lot of years.
professional, and they just get it done, you know,
Yeah.
which is great.
When in doubt, do it the right way, and I try to surround myself with people that do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I'm here.
That's great. What should families know, being here in North Carolina, especially in the Greensboro area? We have got a lot of older homes. I always say there's old money and old homes here.
Yes.
There are a lot of people are drawn to the older homes. And we have some homes that you architecturally can't change things.
Right.
So when a family comes and they're looking at these older homes, what are some things that maybe they should be aware of?
Yeah, great question, because every era of home has its own intricacies, right? So people think, oh, I don't want to get an inspection on a new construction. There's no such thing as a perfect house. We
Right.
I agree.
After being in this business for this long, I've never been in a perfect house. You want it as close to perfect as you can. But the 70s have certain things, 60s, and I've done plenty of homes, and I'm trained and certified in historical homes. You might find knob and tube wiring, right? You might find lead pipes, cast iron stuff, and then presence of asbestos and things like that, and insulation. Now, I do want to say, we look for evidence of, depending on the era. I'm not an environmental or hygienist or industrial hygienist, so, but I do refer out if I see certain things, and that's, so it's my job to keep you safe and your money safe. But in older homes, I love them. They have more character typically, in my opinion. But you need to know what you're getting into, because I've had new first-time home buyers that are like, I love this house, and I'm like, can you turn a screwdriver? And they're like, what's a screwdriver? It's just know you're going to be doing some of your DIY stuff yourself, or you're going to be paying a lot to have people come and
That's
do
right.
it. So I try to set the right expectation and just give knowledge and information. But so older homes, like for instance, in a newer home, the plumbing, if it's 2 years old, is probably PEX plumbing and PVC waste lines. All right. In an older home, it's going to have 10 different things because of scab repair, all that kind of different stuff. So it takes me longer to do it, and I love doing historical homes because it challenges me more.
Yeah.
And I take my time with everything, but at the same time, I love to find things. I'm find Waldo guy.
And I always say everything's fixable, you
It
know,
is.
and that's the one thing I think it's important for Amy and I when we are working with buyers and sellers, that no matter what comes up on an inspection report, everything is fixable and we can work through it.
Right.
And on this seller side, I always tell them a home inspector's job really is to find things.
Right.
That's right.
It doesn't matter that you feel your home is pristine
Right.
and everything is great. There's always going to be something, and even in a like you said, brand new
Brand new
construction,
homes. All
you'll
the time.
find that a truss has been cut a little short.
Perfect example.
Exactly. Yep. I've run into that a few times.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But again, like I said, everything is fixable.
Yeah, and when you're buying a house and you go in, there's a lot of emotion, and and so I take the emotion out, even though I'm aware of it. I'm just there to state facts, and my job again is to help keep my clients safe and their money safe. And so, I'm the bearer of bad news a lot of the time, but if you know it before you move forward, then at least it gives you an avenue to where you're educated about the overall condition of the house. You know what you might have to take care of.
Right.
It's not, I can't predict the future, but at
Right.
the same time, as I see it, this will give you information on how to move forward, whether it's due diligence request or it's asking the seller to do something, or it's something that husband or wife are going to do. And so, it's a great thing. I would have a home inspection by another good home inspector if I was buying a house as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that, it's just that way I take my emotion out of me buying the house
Yes.
and then have them tell me, and then I can be better at them.
Yeah. There's a misconception out there that you pass or fail an inspection.
No.
Have you heard this before?
I have, and I've also heard that we warranty their home
That's
and all
right,
kinds
yeah.
of different stuff. And so in the state of North Carolina, you are not required to have a home inspection, which
That was surprising
is,
to me when I learned this.
It was surprising to me as well. And so you're not required to do it, but as a home inspector, I've never seen where the cost of a home inspection has not outweighed the findings many times over, right?
Absolutely.
And so we're certified and trained, and we're licensed through the state and the Fire Marshal of North Carolina, so we abide by guidelines. And so it is not just hire somebody that's trying to sell you something. We follow the standard of practice and do things the right way.
Yeah.
Right. And so my job is to look after my clients.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's what I've appreciated about
Yeah,
you all
thank you.
these years,
I
because I
appreciate
see
it.
that, and you are very great about stating the fact, taking the emotion out, letting them make the decision. And at the end of the day, we have that conversation with them as well. We're doing the same thing. We're taking
Right.
the emotion out. It's a lot of money. It's a
Right.
lot of
It's a
emotion
lot of money. Right.
that they're putting down with this. So yeah,
Exactly.
it makes absolute sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most
Right.
definitely.
100%.
So I've got a question for you. If every homeowner was listening today and only remembered one piece of advice from this whole conversation, what would that be?
Blue Ribbon Home Inspections is the best. No,
The best and no one else.
just go into it knowing that we've got your best interests at heart, and our job is to help you out. And basically, it's a long process. It is a lot of money. Let somebody help you and be a resource for you as you travel through that journey with your realtor and everybody, because it's hard to do it by yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's great.
Yeah, most definitely.
I do too. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me be here.
We really
I'm
appreciate
excited
it.
to
I'm
be
glad
here.
you joined us
That's
today. This is
awesome.
great. I
Thank
think
you
this
for
was
having
really
me.
useful, and
Yes.
we're excited, to be continuing to work with you on this too.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe, like us, share us with your friends. Send us some comments if there's topics that you all would like us to talk about. We would love that. Amy and I are going to be starting a mailbag where we will actually have an episode where we bring up questions that you have brought to us. So thanks again, friends. We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.